Alright, you ready?
I am ready.
Okay. Oh yeah, we should do an intro.
At my hell.
Welcome to the Foolish Wanderers podcast.
Why must I be surrounded by fools?
Welcome, Wanderer.
But before we get into the Emu War strategies, we're gonna talk about what's trending on TikTok.
No, not on TikTok. You know what I did find that's trending that I find weird? Like the outfit for professional, like young women is like weird skinny jeans, very skinny jeans, a boring like button up solid blouse,
Okay.
a blazer that you got at Target, and then it's like crazy animal print shoes, like penny loafers.
Oh, like cheetah print or something?
Yes. I'm like, what are you, a middle-aged soccer mom who's managing their little daughter's cheerleading team? Why?
I don't know, it's not
And
my
that's like
style,
your
but
it's so weird to me. I don't know. I don't get the pop of cheetah print.
so this is more professional than having like a cheetah print blazer or something over top.
I just think that the cheetah print blazer, in my opinion, and the shoes are an equal ground of like trashiness.
I think shoes are better because it's not like your first focus, and then it's still like a pop of fun. If you like animal
If
print.
you like that kind of fun, I don't know.
Yeah, 'cause I'm not a fan of animal print, but I can see it looks cute on some people.
Like a cheetah maybe, but
Yeah,
not like a person.
it's kind of interesting too because that you said skinny jeans because now on TikTok at least it's mom jeans and like loose fitting
Yeah, I
pants.
know. That I saw a TikTok where this Gen Zer, because we're the oldest of Gen Z,
Yeah,
but
yep.
this young Gen Z was like, "All you old hags with your skinny jeans,
Oh,
side part."
like damn,
Yeah,
I'm on the tail
yeah,
end of that. I
yeah.
still
'Cause the new trend is wearing I don't they just are they just called, like, boot jeans? What are they
mom
called?
jeans. I don't know.
No, not mom
Really?
jeans, because
Oh,
mom jeans is, like, the skinny jeans with the high-waisted.
I thought mom jeans were just like loose jeans with high
No,
waist.
no,
Oh,
it's not
okay.
I don't think they're loose.
Oh,
I don't
really?
actually, I
I
don't
thought
know.
I thought mom jeans. Let me
Maybe
Google
they
it.
are. Maybe they're high and loose.
This is how out of the loop on fashion we
But
are.
it's, like, high they're, like I don't know if they're high, but they're just, like, regular straight jeans, and they have rips in them, and then
Yep.
the thing is the middle part.
It says, okay, what jeans are mom jeans? Mom jeans is a slang term for high waisted women's jeans that are originally
Damn it.
fashionable in the late 1980s and early 1990s. In the late 90s and 2000s, they are mainly worn by middle aged American women considered unhip by trendy younger women.
Oh my gosh.
That's
Excuse
that's
me while I go
harsh.
burn my jeans.
Well, now they're back in again,
I'm
so
just gonna say that my general practitioner, I wore too much of skinny jeans, too tight of
okay.
skinny jeans, that
Mhm.
they said it was bad for my bladder.
I mean, I don't doubt that at all. Yeah, no, because sometimes, yeah, you see people like memes of people trying to get on their skinny jeans, like jumping up and down, and like that's how tight some people were.
That's how
Yeah,
I used to put on skinny jeans.
yeah, no, I never wore anything that tight, but
You look good in it, but then,
mhm.
you take the jeans off and the jean print is
Yeah,
just, like, etched, embossed into your skin, and you're like, "Oh,
yep, it's like a
do I look
corset.
hot now? My jeans are so tight, they're part of me now."
I'm a sausage. No, that's take that back. Never mind.
That was funny.
It's like that, and the side parts apparently tell
Old.
that you're old.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, I don't do side parts anymore.
Really? You
I
don't?
haven't done side parts in, like, a few years.
Really?
Uh-uh.
Okay, because I still do side parts when I wear my hair down. Otherwise, I just pull it back, so it's like I don't really have a part. I guess
Yeah.
it's like
I started in on that trend when it was just beginning of the middle part, and then I had short like a long bob and
mm,
layers. I had a lot of layers because I have naturally curly hair.
mm,
So having a lot of layers look cute. So now that's the style, and I'm like, no,
Give it
I have to
back.
I have to find something new.
Yeah, well,
But
trendsetter. Kendra's a trendsetter.
yeah, the one thing I'm sure someone saw my
Well, aren't like
saw.
flannels and stuff still in? And like,
They're always in.
that's true. The other thing that I saw that was trending on TikTok a lot was nature's cereal.
What's that?
Nature's cereal. So pretty much, I think it originated from Lizzo, the artist, the singer Lizzo.
Yes.
She was making a TikTok and she was eating. It was like I think it was just like berries, like pomegranate seeds and like blueberries or something in coconut water, and she called it nature's cereal. And so everyone decided to make it.
Wait, okay, it's coconut water and there's like
Yep.
blueberry. It's any kind of just berry. There's
Yeah, it's just like berries and coconut water. It's like an unblended smoothie.
and it's called nature cereal.
Yeah.
Isn't all cereal somehow cut without the preservatives and all that stuff come from nature?
Yeah, but this one doesn't have the processes that make it unnatural. And I've
Why
seen some
isn't
people
there?
put ice cubes in it too, so I don't know what that's about, but
What is that about? Makes it cold.
that's a good
Wait,
question.
why is it? It can't be. Okay, it can't be. In my opinion, it cannot be hot take. It
Hmm.
cannot be cereal unless there's milk.
Coconut milk.
I thought you said it's coconut water.
It is.
So it's not milk because
It's not
coconut milk
milk.
and coconut water are two completely different things.
Yeah.
So I have just caught you
I didn't name
in a
it.
trap.
Take it up with Lizzo.
I just caught her in a trap and I win. Cereal cannot be cereal without milk. Milk is the main ingredient. The main ingredients of cereal are as followed: a bowl, a spoon, milk, and then like crispy dry things.
Crispy, dry things.
But I guess you could add like, there's like dehydrated fruit and stuff. So we could just say like fruit could technically be, yeah. But that's what's in cereal. It has to be milk. Milk has to be in there.
Okay, so I just googled the definition of cereal, and it says a grain used for food such as wheat, oats, or corn. So not even milk. But then,
Oh,
but then below it, it says
bowl in there,
no. There's no bowl.
spoon.
But below it, it says a grass producing a cereal grain known as an agricultural crop. And then below that, it says a breakfast food made from roasted grain, typically eaten with milk. So there's your milk.
There's the milk.
So there's milk.
But okay, so we found out that Lizzo and I are both ignorant towards what the definition of cereal is.
There's no bowl. There's no spoon. Just grain and milk.
But like cereal refers to like you said the
It's a
cereal
grain.
grain.
Yeah.
Hey,
Yep.
yeah, so it can't be nature's cereal without the grain. So she's just eating fruit and water in a bowl.
The healthy version of cereal. To a degree.
That cereal's healthy because it's got whole grains or some of it.
It depends. Like if you eat like Cookie Crisp or
Oh, that's just
like
cookies. Those are
yeah.
just
So
cookies.
that's just sugar for breakfast, which I'm not complaining. I love mini marshmallows and cookies for breakfast, but that's not necessarily the healthiest thing you can eat.
It is delicious. So
It's
we move
very
on.
delicious. On to the Emu War.
Give me an intro.
What kind of an intro?
I don't know. Just introduce me.
It's Kendra's World of Fighting Emus.
No.
You
was
said anything.
That's right. Oh, thank you for that lackluster introduction. We move on.
Okay, what do you want for an intro?
I don't know now. I'm
Mine was
so
golden.
shaken from yours.
My Budamus intro. I'm shooketh by the Great Emu War.
Yeah, that's a good one. Or better known as how a group of Australian farmers convinced the government to declare a war on emus and send an army of soldiers to wipe out the flightless birds, and you'll never guess which side came out victorious.
Can I guess?
Not yet.
Oh, dang it. Okay.
Okay, who would win this battle? In the left corner, we have a former penal colony with a population of 6 million people. And,
Ta-da!
and in the opponent's corner, we have 600,000 Walmart brand ostriches, better known as emu.
Why are they Walmart brand? That doesn't make any sense.
That makes sense because like Walmart brand ostriches, so it's like the B brand, the C brand, emus. That's what emus are. They're the Walmart brand ostriches.
Okay.
What? Oh, it's not my fault that you don't get memes. How can you not get? How do you not get that?
I get it. I just think it's mean.
Towards who?
The emus.
They don't care.
Okay, moving on.
Here are the stats on emus. This is the enemy. They have long necks. They can't fly. They have feathers, obviously, because they're a bird. They have big wings. They have long legs. And they can run fast.
So Kendra's nightmare wrapped up into a gigantic bird.
Yes.
A gigantic capsule.
I think they're not as scary as an ostrich, but
Oh, really?
I think an ostrich is bigger.
Oh.
Because I think ostriches are more aggressive or territorial. I don't know, but they seem freakier to me. I could take an emu on.
I don't think you want to try.
I don't think I want to try either. All right, this is the basics, like the overview of the Great Emu War. So the Great Emu War began because about like 20,000 emus were occupying the farmland that was given to World War I veterans in Australia. So a little bit about that. So after World War I, veterans who became farmers in Australia had to compete with thousands of emus invading their fields. The soldiers deployed during the Great Emu War were armed with 2 Lewis machine guns. That's what they were given by the government.
Okay.
During the Great Emu War, some emus would escape even after being shot by a machine gun.
That's horrible.
They would
Aw.
they did not go down.
I mean,
The
good for them, but like, damn.
the guy in charge, quoted saying, comparing the emus to African warriors called the Zulus, emus to the Zulus, who are very fierce African warriors.
I don't know how to take that information.
So the veterans requested military assistance and received it in the form of 2 machine guns. And soldiers led by Major G.P.W. Meredith. But by the time the fighting was over, the emus had proven themselves especially deft at avoiding shots. Meredith calculated that only 1 bird was killed for every 10 bullets fired.
That's nuts.
That's insane. It's a machine gun.
Those birds are thick. They're built. They're machines. They're
And it's not,
tanks.
I mean, you could say it's like sitting ducks, sort of, right? Sitting emus, but no, that's the opposite
They're
of what
fast
happened.
though, right?
Oh, yeah,
Like they're
they're fast.
fast big birds.
So
Yeah.
the problem, so why this happened again was the emus were occupying the farmland, but they were eating away at the crops, which was it was wheat. I looked it up. The farmers did wheat and then sheep. So obviously the emus were not eating the sheep.
No, I hope not.
They
That'd be
were eating the
terrifying.
wheat. And this next slide has a picture of their farmland, the barren
wow.
farmland. So.
It's very barren. It looks like kind of like the Dust Bowl.
Mhm.
How could anything grow? Like, I guess it's a black and white photo, so I can't really tell like the soil.
Yeah, but this is what thousands and thousands of emus did to farmers' land. So you can see why they wanted to shoot them up with machine guns.
That's still not a good reason if they're there.
Are you
first.
kidding me?
No.
Are you kidding? Oh my gosh! I would if somebody like just think this is a farmer. This is your wage growing in the field, and then emus are going to come and destroy it all and trample it.
But like, okay, who was there first though? Like before they got the land, who was there first?
It's an animal.
Yes, and they have lives too.
They can move. Or die.
Oh shit.
Oh my gosh. All right. If you're going to use that argument, you should move because a family of squirrels lived in your apartment where your apartment used to be. So you should probably move because the squirrels were there first. And you made them homeless and now
I didn't build
they're
this
doing
apartment.
meth in the back. They're doing meth behind in the alley. So
No,
I
squirrels don't do no.
Who was there first, Katrina? Who was there first? You were the squirrels.
I don't know.
We move on. Okay, the beginning. This is 1932. The Australian Army has fought many battles, but not many have resulted in outright failure. One of those defeats was not suffered at the hands of a rival military power, but a flightless bird running amok in Western Australia. There was growing public concern that the birds were destroying the crops of farmers, and a number of former soldiers who had settled in the area after World War I requested machine guns to manage the emu population. Minister of Defense Sir George Pierce authorized the use of automatic Lewis machine guns in the war against the emus under the condition that they were only to be fired by trained soldiers.
That's still horrible though. Like, did they do anything with like? Did they? Can you even eat an emu? Just wondering.
Yes,
You can. Oh, okay.
it's a giant chicken.
I don't think it tastes the same.
It'd
But
probably
okay.
be delicious. I don't know, like a big rotisserie chicken. It'd be great.
Okay.
It'd be great. So a report from Melbourne newspaper, I think they say Melbourne newspaper, the Argus at the time said that the emus were appearing in thousands. End quote. The farmers were desperate for their crops to stay intact in the wake of the Great Depression.
Mm.
The Western Australian government agreed to fund the war, the Emu War, including the cost of 10,000 rounds of ammunition. The emu's status as a national symbol did not go completely amiss, however, with one publication reporting that the war is in quotations, ironically enough, is one being continually waged against a creature regarded at home and abroad as a national symbol of Australia. The battle against the world's second largest bird was expected to be straightforward, but it proved to be anything but. Are you still team emu, Katrina?
A little bit.
Oh my gosh. I am team human
I know you are.
because this is during the Great Depression, and I'm
Mhm.
like, it makes sense. There's giant rotisserie chickens running amok,
I mean, like,
eating eating
if you're
the
gonna eat
crop.
them, if you're gonna do something with them and not just kill them, just to be like, just to get rid of them, I can see that. Like, if you're not just destroying the whole population, like, I can understand that if you're like using them for food. Like, I can see that.
Giant, can you imagine like giant emu legs, like into like a chicken drummy, like a chicken leg, and just like a
Ah,
giant emu leg, like that would take forever to eat.
yeah, those are huge.
All right,
Okay.
we move on to the more into the war. So the emus were often positioned too far away for the machine guns to reach, and when soldiers attempted to move closer, the emus just ran away. Because they're fast, they're quick.
Mm-hmm.
An ambush on a flock of more than 1,000 emus proved to be a failure as the birds split into smaller groups. So they're doing like guerrilla warfare.
I can just see just like in a big like empty area, just a huge flock of emus, and you're just driving through on your whatever
Like a
jeep.
jeep with a
Yeah, and
machine
just
gun. You're like
parts the sea. just
and
oh
just like
man.
they're like scatter and they all scatter.
Yeah, pretty much just split the seas. They just go both ways. You're like, oh well, what
Mhm.
happens now?
They only had like 2 machine guns, remember?
Yeah, for thousands of emus.
So the soldiers were only managing to kill about 12 emus at a time,
Oh my
and their
gosh.
crops were still being destroyed.
That's so much energy put into like destroying them too. So there's just like so much wasted time for everybody.
Oh yeah, that's the whole joke about this whole what from the from newspapers to the media during that time. Okay, so an army official noted that the emus even changed their tactics in response to the gunfire. They did guerrilla warfare. I don't know, trench warfare.
Oh my
Okay, so this is
goodness.
the quote from the army official.
Okay.
Each park seems to have its own leader now. A big black plumed bird which stands fully 6 feet high and keeps watch while his mates carry out their work of destruction and warns them of our approach, he said.
That bird's as tall as me.
Uh-huh. I know.
That's terrifying.
I know. Are you still team emu?
I don't know. I'm on the fence here, man.
I know. I'm yeah, yeah. Okay, so the emu's cunning and guerrilla tactics meant they rendered the machine gun fire useless.
Oh my gosh.
Major, so we've heard about this guy before. Major Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery commanded the Australian forces in the Great Emu War and was so impressed with the efforts of his enemy that he wished he could recruit them.
Could you imagine just walking into war? You just have these like thousands of emus with little helmets on and just charge at the
Yeah,
enemy.
you could just put like little guns, like machine guns on
Just like
them.
little bayonets on them and just
Yeah,
like
that
with
would
their
be good.
helmets. Oh my
Send them
gosh.
right in there. Okay, this is the quote from
Can you
Major
ride
Meredith.
them? Can you
You
ride
can
them?
ride ostriches. I don't
Yeah.
know if you're able to ride if a grown human is able to ride an emu.
Okay.
Right, this is the quote from Major Meredith on his enemy. If we had a military division with the bullet carrying capacity of these birds, it would face any army in the world, he said. They can face machine guns with the invulnerability of tanks.
Like, is it just because like their feathers, or is there just like it's just
It's just
muscle, like
because
solid
they're like
muscle?
I don't know what it is. If it's just they're little, like not little, they're tall, like
Their
so
necks.
they're constantly moving at a fast pace, and
Yeah,
they're
that's true.
so small. Like the target's small. There's too many of them. It's
Oh
overwhelming,
man.
I guess. At one stage, Meredith even went so far as to mount one of the guns on a truck, a move that proved to be ineffective, as the truck was unable to gain on the birds.
Oh,
And the ride that so the truck was not able to catch the birds at all because 'cause they're too fast.
that's nuts.
And the ride was so rough that the gunner was unable to fire any shots. Uh, so every
Just
time
bouncing. Just like,
yeah, so it was just, like, bouncing up and down like, and every time he tried to aim, the
I
gun just,
just
like,
can't.
shake. Yeah, you
Oh
can't
my gosh.
So by the 8th of November, 6 days after the first engagement, 2,500 rounds of ammunition had been fired. The number of birds killed is uncertain. One account estimates that it was 50 birds, but other accounts range from 200 to 500, the latter figure being provided by the settlers. Meredith's official report noted that his men had suffered no casualties.
Well, that's good.
That'd be weird if there was like one or two.
It's like I could see him being trampled, like if someone got caught, like when they were running.
Oh, by,
I
like,
could see
thousands
that.
of yeah, that
Yeah,
would be that'd be
that's
scary. That'd
terrifying.
be
Yeah.
terrifying because you, like, suffocate.
Yeah.
This is the end of the war now.
Okay.
A horrible, horrible war. Public pressure and the realization that the emus would not surrender forced the army's retreat. On the 8th of November, members in the Australian House of Representatives discussed the operation. Following the negative coverage of the events in the local media, they got roasted.
Could you imagine turning on the news and just seeing this?
That would be so funny, and it's, like, during the Great Depression, so everyone's
Oh, that would be like the good. That'd be like the highlight of the day,
I would be like,
honestly.
"This is insanity."
But yeah, you're just sitting there like, this is where our tax dollars are going. This is what paid for 10,000 rounds of
Yeah,
ammunition.
yep, and it's even worse because the media included claims that only a few emus had died.
Only a few.
Only so Pierce withdrew the military personnel and the guns on November 8th.
Oh my goodness. Only a few.
Only a few. Only 1,000 of the birds had been killed, 1 death for every 10 bullets used.
Dang.
The war was deemed a failure, obviously, and a bounty system and emu-resistant fences proved to be more effective at limiting the population.
Well, yeah, like I'd rather spend money on preventing them to enter. But
Yeah,
like,
basically, the government just was like, it's the farmers and like the townspeople around, like they can do whatever they want to get rid of them. So that was kind of like the bounty system that they did. Yep, and the fences.
expenses. Are they still up today? Do you know?
The fences?
Yeah.
Like the ones from that time? I
Mhm.
have no idea, but I do know that Australia is home to the longest fence in the world.
This fence?
I don't know how long. I don't think it's that fence,
Oh,
but I'm
okay.
sure it helps keep things out.
Well, yeah. Australia wants to kill you no matter what you do.
That's true. Oh, here it is. The longest fence in the world is called the Dingo Barrier Fence.
Oh, dingoes are scary.
Mhm.
Don't like them.
It's 5,531 kilometers. It stretches from eastern Queensland all the way to the South Australian coastline. The fence was erected in the late 1800s and early 1900s to protect cropland from rabbits.
Oh, from rabbits, not dingo?
Not dingoes, rabbits.
Oh. Okay.
So that fence is huge.
So, like, how tall did this emu fence have to be?
I don't know. They could jump, obviously, right?
Well, like, I think to some extent, but how high could they jump?
They look to be pretty tall, Katrina.
Oh, dang, they can jump up to 2.1 meters or 7 feet. So these fences have to be like at least 8 feet tall.
My gosh.
So that's
So let's get this straight. The emus can run fast. They can jump 2 feet tall, like 2 feet high,
yeah.
and they can learn from the enemy on like the enemy's tactics. They can learn and adapt.
Yeah.
They are just.
This is why I'm on Team Emu, because they can
No,
literally take
no.
army without
Are
trying.
you kidding me? Are you trying to like contact our emu overlords right now and incite them to have some sort of insurrection against humankind?
No, but I'm just saying that, like,
Traitor. Benedict Arnold. Benedict Emu.
I'm just saying, if they wanted to, they're gonna be hard to stop.
Oh yeah.
They're machines. Ray's excited. She's running back and forth, making
She's
noise.
scared because of the emus.
Oh my goodness! But could you imagine that bird jumping 7 feet?
That's terrifying to me.
That's taller than me. It's taller than
know.
you.
It's like taller than 2 of me, I think. I don't know. Almost.
Kind of. Yeah.
Wait, 2 feet?
What?
Wait.
8 feet.
So they
They can jump 8
jump.
feet. 2 meters.
Oh, 2 meters, not 2
Yeah.
feet.
No, 2 meters. This is Australia, not
I
not the
forget.
US.
Oh my gosh, yeah, they can
Yeah.
almost jump, like they can jump 1.5 of me, I think.
Close.
Close to 1.5 of me? Okay.
Yeah.
I'm not good at math. I'm not good at basic math. Or hard math. Any math.
I'm just like, I can't do algebra, but I can do statistics.
Yeah, I'd be like, I can't do algebra, but I can sure as heck do calculus.
Yep.
Nope, can't do any of it. Never could, never will.
You
Yeah,
can do basic maths.
I can do basic math.
Yeah. That's all you really need for your job.
Yeah, I can read a
So.
ruler.
That's good. That's very important. I'm glad.
Basic life skill right there. That's all I need.
Yeah, you need to learn how to use a ruler or tape measure.
That's a good rule. Like that's a good life lesson.
Yeah.
Life tip:
Know how to
learn-
use.
know how to read a tape measure, a ruler.
Yep.
Know what all
Yeah.
the little ticks are. Know
Mhm.
them all. It's really helpful.
Oh yeah, you're gonna be very thankful if you grew up learning that. Yeah. Yes.
And make sure you always, if you buy a Coke from McDonald's, you always order it with ice.
So you get that perfect.
Yeah. Mwah.
You get the perfect ratio.
Perfect ratio.
Mm-hmm. Scientific ratio.
Those are my 2 rules.
Only 2 rules in life. You just need to know how to use a ruler / tape measure and get McDonald's Coke with ice.
Always, no, it's like always.
Always. That's a set in stone. That's a
It's
gold.
set in stone. Always order a Coke with ice from McDonald's.
Noted. What about Diet Coke? Does Diet Coke count?
I don't yeah, that can count. That can be like
Can count.
what is it called? It can be added in there.
Oh, like an amendment? Yeah.
It's not like
An amendment to Kenra's law.
it can be like it's like a footnote, more like.
If thou dost not enjoy regular Coke, thou can order a diet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just gotta get the ice.
But never forget the ice.
Never forget the ice.
Never forget the egglet.
What's that? Oh, from
Phineas and Ferb. Yep.
I think we've talked about everything because we talked about Phineas and Ferb.
Hey, that was a good show. That was my childhood.
I'm good now. I'm good.
Okay. Thank you guys so much for listening to our podcast. Hopefully you guys learned something else that you didn't know. Oh no, that's a horrible outro.
Hopefully you learned something else you didn't know. What does it even mean?
Good question. So I'd just be like,
I don't know. Be like, that's the show. Yours
Kendra's
are
versus mine outros.
your
Kendra's
outro versus hopefully you learned something you didn't already know, and mine's like, "That's the show. Bye."
Mine's actually like tries.
Yeah, yours tries, and mine's like, "Well, that was a show."
That was us talking
Mhm.
for
Well, that was the show.
yeah.
I mean, if you liked it, you liked it. If you didn't, you didn't. If you liked it, listen to us again because our podcast gets released every Wednesday at
Noon.
noon. And that's noon Central Time, Central North American time.
Yes.
And make sure you like, subscribe. If you want to send us an email, some comments, shout outs, anything like that, you can always email us.
At fwplisteners@gmail.com.
Because we literally like say the email twice every episode. So
Kendra's
so
really
this is
wanted someone to
this is
respond.
the 11th episode, so you've heard
That's
the
good.
email.
Well, this is actually so the one I
How
just posted is 11. We're gonna be on like 13 when we post this one.
so you've heard the email like 26 times. So you have to know it by now. You have to.
If not, it's in the description.
It's everywhere. I have it tattooed on my forehead if you don't know it. I have it.
just you'll notice Kendra when she has FWP listeners tattooed across her forehead.
Mhm.
It's like, what is that? You're like, oh, email us.
Yeah, you
Find
don't want
out.
to. Yeah, you don't want to know where our Instagram handle is tattooed on.
Okay.
All right, people. We'll see you next week. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Is it even called Instagram handle? I don't even know.
I think it is technically.
Who knows? I tried.
Oh my goodness.
I probably sound really old. I was like, my Instagram
No,
handle.
Instagram handle. We're only 24, but we sound like we're 56.
On my love handles. I thought it'd be funny to put my love handles on my handles on my love handles. We should have like a thank you. Do you
Thank
remember
you.
like after the Reading Rainbow or something, or like PBS, they were like, thank you for watching or supporting us. Like that.
Thank you for supporting our podcast.
Yeah, we need something like that.
Okay, was it like, this podcast is only available thanks to viewers like you. Thank you. That sounds so like creepy.
I know, but that's how I remember it being on PBS.
Yeah,
It's
I
like
remember
you're like
those.
watching, you're like playing, and then all of a sudden, like a commercial comes on, you're like what?
Yep.
It was like creepy Alexa.
Creepy Alexa before Alexa. Alexa's
Alexa
mom.
before Alexa's mom.
Alexa's mom.